All right, guys, so we are here at CM Games for an RTT. We've got about 20 players. We're in round one, and I'm playing against Roy. Looks like he's got himself a demon army. Thousand Suns, my bad. So Roy, can you tell me a little bit about your army?
Yes, sir. So I'm bringing 4 troops of Rubik Marines.
Okay.
A squad of 10 Terminators, a Zangor Shaman that I kit bashed.
Okay.
Airman's coming, Exotic Sorcerer, Inferno Master, of course my Warlord that I broke. Magnus.
Okay. All right, no worries. You can still fight.
And Zangor. So that's all I'm bringing.
Just a single Arcs of Omen detachment, no patrols, no nothing special?
Nothing special.
All right. So then I'll tell you about my army. So I'm running a single Arcs of Omen Yanari detachment. I've got the Yinkarn, Farseer on foot, Farseer on bike, a single Warlock, 3 Warlocks on bike as well. Then I've got a Wave Serpent with 2 units of Banshees inside, a Star Weaver with 6 Harlequins inside, a 9-man Harlequin squad, a 5-man Striking Scorpion squad, 3 separate Vipers with scatter lasers, 2 units of 5 Rangers, and then 2 units of 5 Warp Spiders. And that should do it. So guys, we're playing the Abandoned Sanctuaries mission for our mission 1. That's the one with the no man's land, you cannot forward deploy. So with that, we'll see you guys in a little while. All right, guys, so we got everything deployed. We're about to start turn 1. I won the roll-off. I'm completely blobbed up behind my L just to avoid any alpha strikes. And he is spread across his entire deployment zone because he's got a super tough army, so he doesn't have to be so worried about me shooting him. And I start with 5 CP, Roy starts with 1, and as far as secondaries go, again, we're playing Abandoned Sanctuaries. I took Behind Enemy Lines, Raise Banners, and Warp Ritual. Roy took Raise Banners, Mutate Landscape, and No Prisoners. Roy, let's have a good game. All right, guys, so while Roy is doing his command phase, I'll give you a quick recap of what happened on my turn. So basically, I just moved out a little bit, did some screen blocking just to keep him from coming into my zone because he's playing Duplicity. Moved on to a couple objectives and raised some banners, raised a banner with my Harlequins in my zone. Focus willed my Bike Seer, moved into the middle, cast Warp Ritual, and then quickened him back. Cast Shield if you need on the Wave Serpent since it's kind of out in the open. And that really is my turn. I did a couple of shots at his out in the open spawn, and then he managed to make 3 6s in a row on my only multi-damage shots, which was amazing. And that was my turn, and we go on to Roy's turn, and he's in his movement phase. All right, guys, so we just finished Roy's turn 1. He did his double move over here to bring them up and try and charge my Warp Spiders, but they did their 6-inch fallback upon being declared as a target, which meant that his 9 would not make the charge. But he did manage to pull down my banner. Magnus just completely flubbed and did no damage to my Wave Serpent, which was extremely unexpected. I was able to, he did 1 wound, and then I was able to use my 1 pocket 6 save against it because I put shield if you need on it so that it had a 4-up invul. Otherwise, it would have just gone right through. So yeah, that was pretty unexpected. I definitely thought that this was going to pop and the Banshees were going to have to fall out. And then we go to top of turn for me. I scored 8 on primary, 2 on banners because he took 1 of them down. And there we go. All right, guys, so we just finished my turn 2. I left my Scorpions in the middle to keep holding the objective. The Yinkarn jumped over to deal with Magnus along with the Harlequins that were hanging out right there. The Banshees disembarked just to put them on fight last from the Wave Serpent that was here. I used some Fate dice to send the Banshees, and then I advanced the Harlequins way over there. We sadly did not finish off those Terminators, so they're stuck with one Terminator left. He rolled like a boss on his invuls. I did the fight twice. I did all the things. It didn't matter. My warp spiders jumped up, shot the spawn, and then deep struck over there to get me behind enemy lines. Roy also rolled really well on his psychic denies, so I got very little off that turn. I got Ancestor's Grace, and it didn't matter because Magnus was dead before they got to swing. So that's about it. Here's where we're at on the score. I got another behind enemy lines by sending the wave serpent, the warp spiders over there. We got banners for 2. Failed the warp ritual. Got the tertiary for the scorps in the middle. Continued to screen out so that he can't duplicity into my back zone. And we're on to Roy's movement phase. All right, guys, so we just finished battle round 2 for Roy. A lot of things on his side did go bye-bye. He failed a charge over here into my Viper. He did some shooting with his Marines here, killed a couple guys, so I didn't have to take a morale, so they were fine. The Banshees got charged and killed. He did fall back from my Harlequins, but then I spent 1 CP for Kegarox just to retag that 1 Terminator. Didn't matter, though, because he smited all of them to death in the Psychic phase, so that's all good. He charged in here with his Sorcerer and 5 Rubrics, swung with the Sorcerer first, and then because I'm Ynnari and I have ASF, I was able to interrupt, and I swung with my Scorpions and killed all those Rubrics. When that happened, the Yinkarn teleported to the other side of the wall to be within an inch of the Rubrics. Then he swung over there, killed all my Banshees, so then the Yinkarn, because they were up against the wall, teleported there again. That is the end of the turn. On to my turn. We got our CP. I'm on 4 CP. There's our score. And away we go. All right, guys, so we just finished battle round 3 for me, game turn 3 for me. And at the end of that turn, Roy decided that it was time to call it quits. He had had enough. But we had a great time. It was a good game. The pointy ears just put the hurt on the Thousand Suns, and it was time to be done. So after everything was done, this was our final score. I ended up with 97, and Roy got 43 points. Sadly, he's not fully painted, so he missed out on 10 points there. So yeah, here's where the final picture is of the game. There's the Incarn in his zone. Just wiped up a few units of sorcerers. And there you go. So yeah, final score 97-43 in favor of the Ynnari. See you on the next one.